So this next lesson carries on talking about combining like terms. So Noah says that 9x minus 2x plus 4x is equivalent to 3x because the subtraction signs tell us to subtract everything that comes after 9x. Okay? Elena says that 9x minus 2x plus 4 is equivalent to 11x because the subtraction only applies to the 2x. Okay, so, well, let's take a look, see what we would do with this. So here we have 9x minus 2x plus 4x. Well, I know my order of operations tells me that when I have addition and subtraction that I go in order from left to right, just like I would read, in order from left to right. So that means the first thing I would do would be the 9x minus 2x. 9x minus 2x would give me 7x. And then I just bring this straight down, plus 4x. And then, of course, 7x plus 4x is 11x. So that tells us that Elena is correct. Elena, I'm not really sure how to say it, but Elena is correct. Because that subtraction is only for the 2x. For Noah, to be correct, it would have had to have looked like this, that the 2x, which it would have had to have been minus, and then the 2x plus 4x would have had to have been in parentheses. But that, of course, is not what it was like. Okay, move along. Okay, so we're going to identify the error in generating the expression equivalent to the one that they gave us here. So it's going to be equivalent to this. So it's pretty simple to note here. The first thing that they already did, which I think we would agree with, is that they changed the subtraction to plus a negative here and here. And I would say that that is absolutely fine. As we recall, we did that a couple of lessons ago. So let's now take this distribution. We're distributing this, the negative 1/2 to both. Let's see what happens. I'm actually going to put them in the boxes for you so you can see it, because I know many of you like to see it that way. So we've got negative 1/2 times 10 plus, that's a negative 4x. So negative 1/2 times 10, well, it's saying half of 10 is 5, negative times positive is negative 5, and then negative 1/2 times negative 4x, negative times a negative is a positive, half of 4, of course, is 2, so that's negative 5x plus 2, which, again, we would agree with right here, so far good, so far good. Now, the next thing that we would have to do, of course, is to rearrange, or I should say regroup, so that our x's are together and our numbers are together. So I would take that and I would say that my x's are the same. See this? Underline the plain old numbers. So I would therefore have 2x plus 2x together plus 4. Remember, if we can't see anything in front of it, it would be a plus or a positive. Plus 4 minus 5. So 2x plus 2x would give us 4x's, 4x, and then plus 4 minus 5. Well, 4 take away 5 would give us minus 1. So this, in fact, would be my final answer, which is not here. So the error came here between these two places. And what they did, obviously, was they decided to subtract that second 2x instead of add them together. Next, I need to select all the expressions that are equivalent to 5x minus 15 minus 20x plus 10. Okay, so this is what I'm looking to compare to. So let's take this first one. I've got 5x minus the quantity of 15 plus 20x plus 10. Okay, so I know that that's, simple. I got all excited there, going too fast. It's the minus or the negative that gets distributed to these. So that would be 5x minus 15. Distribute that next one and be minus 20x plus 10. So 5x, oh, not 5, minus 15 minus 20x plus 10. Well, look at that right there. That is exactly what A is. Or, I took A and turned it into that. So A works. Okay, next we have B. So B says 5. B says 5x plus negative 15 plus negative 20 x plus 10. Well, this one, if I look at it, I see that I've got the, I went ahead and put this in parentheses even though it wasn't. You know that that's the same thing. So plus and minus, of course, is just a plain old minus. So that would give me 5x minus 15 minus 20x plus 10, which is exactly, again, our original that we want it to be. So this one also works. Next, moving on to C. Okay, well, what does C give us? C, we have 5 times the quantity of x minus 3 minus 4x plus 2. Okay, so that means I'm distributing, woo! Isn't this fun? Woo! 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 Lots of woos there. I'm doing this one without the boxes because you really should be able to do it either way. The boxes are a tool in the beginning when you first start getting used to it. So 5, I'm distributing the 5 into everything. So 5x, bring down that minus, 5 times 3, bring down the next minus, 5 times 4x plus 5 times 2. So now I just need to take each of these, solve these. So 5 times x, of course, is 5x minus 5 times 3 is 15 minus 5 times 4x is 20x plus 5 times 2, of course, is 10. There it is. So this one works too. almost want to stop now because 3 of them work, but of course, if we do that, who knows what could happen, right? So, D gives us negative 5 times the quantity of negative x plus 3 plus 4x plus negative 2. Are you ready? Woo! 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 Is that fun? I think that's wicked fun. Okay, so now we're actually distributing the negative 5 times negative x plus negative 5 times 3 plus negative 5 times 4x plus negative 5 times negative 2. Okay, so each of these I have to go ahead and solve, put together here. So negative 5 times negative x, negative times negative is a positive 5x plus a negative times a positive. Well, that's one negative sign, so it's going to be a negative. 5 times 3 is 15 plus negative 5 times a positive 4, again, one negative, minus 5 times 4 is 20x, plus a negative times a negative, even number of negatives, therefore a plus. 5 times 2 is 10. There it is again, exact same thing. Wow. Okay, moving right along. We've got E now. So E, we're going to have to do this one, I think, a little bit differently because obviously they took our original that they want it to be equal to and combines like terms. Well, we'll see if it actually equals this. So I'm going to bring down my original, or what we want it to be equivalent to, which is 5x minus 15 minus 20x plus 10. Okay, so I'm going to, pick the things that are this, put my x's together and my numbers together. So 5x, then minus 15. Remember, we need to take that operation in front of it that tells us what to do. Minus 20x in a box, plus 10 because it's a number. And then I'm going to regroup them. 5x minus 20x. Those stay together. Minus 15 plus 10 go together. Okay, 5x take away 20x. I've got 5x's, take away 20x's, so let's pretend those are dollars, I guess. I've got $5, I take away $20. That gives me a negative $15, but really negative 15x. Then I've got negative 15 plus 10. So I'm at negative 15, I go up 10, so that brings me up to negative 5. So negative 15x minus 5, that is exactly what this is. So E also works. And then it looks like this could be the factored form. So let's go over here, and if I look at this, and I say, what's the biggest gazinta? What's the biggest number that goes into both of them? Well, I know that 15 and 5 are both divisible by 5. And in fact, they are both negative, so I can take out the negative as well. And if I divide both of them by negative 5, negative 15x divided by negative 5 is going to give me, negative divided by negative is a positive. 15 divided by 5 is 3x. And then negative 5 divided by negative 5, and negative divided by negative is a positive. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And wow, each and every one of these, I'm sure that many of you were surprised and doubted yourself when you were doing these. But in fact, every single one of these expressions are equivalent to the given expression.